is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. If you're brand new, hello. I'm so glad that you are here. If you've been here since the beginning of my channel being created for the purpose of anti-MLM content, welcome. Thank you, not welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here so much. Shout out to everybody that is subscribed, and also shout out to the members. I appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to follow me on social media, here are my social media handles. I'm extremely active on Instagram and somewhat active on TikTok, although I do have some fun over there. So today, I guess you could consider this kind of an update video. I was sent this video that I'm going to be reacting to from somebody, and shout out to that individual. You know who you are. Thank you for everything that you do and the information that you send, not only to me, to other content creators as well, and supporting the anti-MLM movement. It's a big deal, and I appreciate you, and I know the movement does as well. So you guys might remember a couple that was in Elamir, and their names are, I think you say her name Shauna. I don't know, I could be butchering that. Shauna and her husband Brandon, and I've covered them before on my channel. They've been real quiet all this year, and I've been sitting waiting what's going on, because typically when somebody gets quiet, they're either getting ready to leave MLM or they are getting ready to join another MLM. And I was waiting. Well, they have a new video out, so that's what I'm going to be reacting to. Also, I have some other information, because in my opinion, I think these two are grifters. What I mean by that is, I think that they get into a company, they stay for a number of months, and then they move on to the next thing. I'll show you what I mean at the end of this video, but for now, I want to react to their announcement of their new company. Some of you probably have not even heard of this MLM, because it's something that is predominantly in Europe. They are based out of Germany and have recently launched the MLM in the United States. So they're going to tell us that they're one of like 300 distributors in the area, or in the States, not in the area. And I think that that's for a reason, because typically what we see is people, and I've said this, I feel like a broken record sometimes, you guys, I'm going to be real honest with you, but people that are successful in their MLM companies typically come from other companies, which these two have come from a number of companies. We'll talk about that later. They get in early, which is what we're seeing here, which is what we saw when they joined Elamir as well. They have a large following, and or they came in with some kind of a deal. So I don't know about the deal, but yeah, there's a lot of checks off of that list that I just gave you with these two. So this is their announcement live that they did. And again, thank you to the person that sent this to me. I appreciate you. And drop your commentary below. And it's going to be a wild ride.
Hey, did you tag me?
I tagged you already.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Just
it's been
checking.
so long since since we've been live.
Yes, it has.
It's been a very, very long time since we've been live.
You didn't tag me.
Yes, I did.
Look.
Well, I don't know why it didn't tag you, but I tagged you.
Oh.
I have no clue.
Anyways, I'm untagged.
Sorry about that. Hello. Guys, it's been so long since we have been live. I don't even think we went live since we started 75 Hard.
No. It's been actually a while since we've actually been live.
So you guys probably could have seen how much like weight we lost even in our face. Like my face and Brandon's face like has lost a person.
I've gained a beard and lost some weight.
Hey guys.
I've lost 16 pounds though, total. So.
You've lost 16?
Yep. Started off at 221. I am at 205.
Oh my gosh. I'm not telling you guys how much I weighed at the beginning. But let's just put it this way. We haven't gone live in so long, so you didn't see us before on a live video to kind of come.
Did I even tell you the name of the company? I don't think I did. My bad, guys. The company is called the Olive Tree People. Hold on, let me verify. Yes, the company is called Olive Tree People. And their whole shtick, in my opinion, is it's waterless skincare. And Shauna will explain it in a really interesting way because I have watched this thing in its entirety. I've been doing that a lot lately, actually, because I feel like I want to watch what I'm going to be reacting to in case there's things that I need to research. Yeah, sometimes I like to blind react. Sometimes I want to watch the whole thing, and lately I've been watching the whole thing before I film it. So, yeah. Anyways, it's called the Olive Tree People.
Pair where we are now. I think I've lost like 20 pounds or so. Brandon had a back injury. So any of you guys that don't know, Brandon had a pretty bad.
Yeah, I was in pain. Actually, I heard it a couple weeks ago, and then I thought it was better. And then I was like, I'm going to go do some stuff down in the basement. Reheard it. I was on the floor for like 10, 15 minutes, couldn't move. And then literally the next day, I was like with a walker.
I didn't even know he was on the floor in the basement. Like he was laying on the floor in the basement, and I had absolutely no clue that that was happening. And he comes upstairs and he's like, well, I re-injured it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So
feels better today. Still a little bit injured, but I'm good.
But anyways, guys, so as you're coming on, say hi. And I know we haven't done this in a while, and a lot of people have been in my inbox to ask us what's going on, right? And here's the thing. I'm not really going to talk about what was in the past, right? We are no longer with our previous company. There's not really much for us to say about that because we're just going to kind of like look forward and move on. And so with that being said, there's not going to be any juice. Okay. Nobody's taking out their popcorn to hear all kinds of stuff. We're not doing that here. Right. But we are going to kind of tell you about what we're up to and what we are about to embark on. Hey, Sam. Hey, Chris.
Why does every MLMer that is going to another company start out their videos like that? Their announcement live where they are saying, hey, this is what we're doing now. They all started the same way. I'm sure we all know exactly where this is going.
Okay, so basically we started looking for other companies, well, really product, right? And started trying a bunch of different you guys pretty much know how the deal goes, right? So our whole entire house was filled with all these products.
So I'm curious as to why they were looking for a new company, because wasn't Elamir supposed to be super great? Didn't they reach the top of their company? I don't know if do you guys know? I thought, but obviously I don't want to state that as fact, that they reached the top rank in the company. So they joined when it was new. And I'm going to show you the timelines. I'm going to give you all of that. But typically they join a company, they make some money, they stay for a handful of months, not usually more than 18 months, and then they find a new company. That's the grift that they, in my opinion, run. And they recruit a whole bunch of people. And what we do know is that when there's people that join, company or go company to company, they bring team members with them. So each time they join a new company, in my opinion, they're bringing more and more team members, which makes them run up the ranks, which in turn makes them a lot of money very quickly. And then they do it again. And then they do it again. So this is just the latest one, in my opinion.
And we kind of felt defeated because at one point, like, no tea. No, nope. There's not going to be any tea. We're not spilling tea, guys. Okay. So, we kind of felt kind of defeated because we're trying all these products, and I've got to be honest with you guys. Can we be really transparent here? I'm sure we can with our audience. I'm sure we can. I was bored. Like, I was just bored. I'm like,
You were bored with Elamir? Is that what you're telling us?
Babe, does any of this like stand out to you? Are you excited about anything? And like I found myself just not being passionate or not being excited, no matter what product we tried.
Yep.
No matter what company we talked to, we just kind of felt ourselves like we were in this like.
Do you guys think that they were shopping for deals? No matter what company they talked to? That makes me feel like, and again, just my opinion, that they were shopping for deals.
In this slump that we're like, what should we do? We don't even, like I just wasn't excited about anything, and neither was he. And there were days where I would say I was almost like settling, and I'm like, oh, maybe we can go here. And then he's like, no, we're not.
No,
we're not. Brandon's my voice of reason, right? He's like, no, we're not going there. And which I was happy about, because I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't have to jump into anything. We don't have to jump into anything. Like if we don't want to do something, we can take this time to figure our stuff out, like to move forward. But I knew that I wanted to stay in the network marketing space, but I didn't want to do it like we had done it before. And what I mean by that is that who out there that is watching this right now, who out there is tired of all the hype? Just put your hand up.
Girl. Your entire launch with Elamir was nothing but hype. It was nothing more than, in my opinion, a cash grab. And now you're trying to go the other direction and say, who's tired of the hype? Who's tired? Who's tired of this? Oh my God.
Like, who is so sick of all of the like new shiny ball hype? Like, and I'm not even talking about any like particular people. It's not really that. It's more of the feel that has happened in this industry in the last couple years. And
that you participated in. We saw it. We saw the posts, the lives, the TikToks, the reels, the stories. We saw all of it.
And I feel like every time I was turning around, there was somebody new in my inbox asking me to take a spot somewhere, right? And just to be honest, guys, have you felt like this? Like, put your hand up if you've been feeling like this, because we got to the point where I was.
In my opinion, the only reason that she's asking that is because she's trying to get her list together of people that are tired of the hype and that are tired of the same old thing, because her MLM is going to be different, right? Come on. She's just trying to get her list together of people that she wants to message to recruit.
Like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, there was even a couple times that people would know that I was talking to somebody else, and they were like, I'll get you a better spot, and I'm just like, what is this like come to? So like, I'm going to take you guys back a little bit,
yeah.
When we started, what, like it was almost 9 years or
Somewhere
8 years ago?
You always get it mixed up.
8-9 years ago.
Okay, so 9 years ago would be 2014. So I'm not sure what company they started with. Actually, I don't want to go there yet. I'm going to wait until the end. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So, and guys, this wasn't happening. Like, how many of you guys have been in this industry for a while and remember the good old days? Remember when stuff like this just wasn't happening? You weren't going into your inbox and somebody offering you all these like crazy things and spots and money and saying like, oh, come with me instead, or going to multiple companies and cross recruiting and talking to this. I mean, I remember the good old days where it was just fun.
All of that was happening over the phone instead of through social media. And even then, we're talking about 2014. Social media was alive and well in that time period. So I think it definitely was happening. In my opinion, they weren't getting the deals. They weren't getting the messages because they were brand new in the industry. That's what I think. But you guys let me know below what you think.
Like, it was just fun, right? Like, guys, I don't know about you, but I am ready for fun. I'm ready for that fun to be back in our lives and not all the ickiness that's going on, because regardless of who tells me, Like they'll go, well, if there's so much ickiness, why are you guys staying here? Well, guys, I've been showing you why. We have a house that we could never, ever, ever in a million years be qualified for before we got into this industry and fixed our credit. Okay.
And you probably should be thanking your previous teams for all of that.
Credit was like disgustingly low.
It was bad.
Like we were like borrowing like payday loans. We were like having to pay back the payday loans and then going back into the negative. So guys, I'm telling you, this has been a game changer, not only for our income, but like we're here for our kids. Like, I don't know how many times that my kids had things that I missed. I mean, ask Brandon. He was.
I was the dance mom or whatnot because I used to take her.
So now we're going to move into shaming people that have a traditional job outside of the home. That's awesome. Obviously, that's sarcasm.
To all of her things on the weekends because she was working at ER on the weekend. So I was going to her dance classes or this and that, and everybody knew me.
Yes, he was definitely the dance mom, right? Nobody knew who I was because I was working in the ER. So they only knew who he was.
Can you guys hear Luna? No. Okay. She stopped.
Right? And the fact that we have that freedom to be able to go to our kids' events, be able to pick up and go, guys, we just decided yesterday, we said, you know what? It's your birthday and it's spring break and the kids haven't got to go anywhere. Like, let's go to Florida. Let's just get in the car. Let's drive to Florida. Let's go see our best friends because both of our best friends are in Florida, right? So we're just like, pick up and go, right? And that time freedom kind of thing is the reason why we will never leave this industry because we still believe in it.
I love it.
He's like, I love it. Mr. Fun Guy. He's all blue, right? He just wants the trips, the fun, okay? But getting back to what we were, what we're doing, okay? Because we wanted to go a different route, because we wanted to do something that I felt stood out, and because there was nothing out there at all until this literally just came to us. And I know you hear that a lot. I can't stand that when people are like, oh, it just fell in my lap or this, so cliche, right? But for me, it actually did. And I was just scrolling.
I hate when people say that, but it literally just fell in my lap.
My Facebook feed and seeing all the posts, all the same posts that were going on and on and on. And, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it real here. How many of you guys are tired of the same old posts that you're seeing? And, oh, I made this and look at my new car and look at my new, and I was just like, ugh, like nothing is grabbing my attention. And this post stood out to me and it was like a breath of fresh air.
So the weird part about this is that if you guys remember last summer, if you were a part of the anti-MLM movement last summer, you remember seeing all of the photoshopped pictures of the LMR strips that the people that were making all these claims hadn't even tried themselves. You saw, remember the picture of the girl had blue nails and she was holding a strip like that and all of them used it. And so everybody was posting the same thing. It was copy and paste. And you could see it under all of the hashtags. So it's interesting to me that she's like, I'm just tired of the same old thing. I'm tired of, whatever. And then for her to say, nothing was grabbing my attention. Oh, but then this grabbed my attention. It's just,
because it was talking about like water wells in Africa and, how this company supported that and how, they were so holistic and all of the ingredients were just mesmerizing. And then I started doing research because if you know me, that's who I am. And so I was like, wait a minute, I haven't heard of this molecule. I have to go look this up. Right. And he's cracking up because this is what he said to me before we got on. Just keeping it real. Okay. He was like, I don't know, you're going to have to talk about this thing because, like, you know, all the
She
stuff.
is a researcher, dude. Like, if you want somebody to dig in and start knowing everything, like, she's gonna know, okay, this ingredient does this does this is how it's gonna work in your body, blah blah, and just checking all that. And I'm like, okay, you gotta teach me, like, okay,
He's
so
like,
what is this?
he's
So,
like, what does it taste like? Like, what is it?
What is this doing?
Right?
You know, like, and she's like, oh, it's this, and I'm just like, all right. And I swear, if you want somebody to teach you, to lead you in, like, what ingredients do what and what's best for what, you got it right here.
So,
or maybe go to somebody that's qualified to do that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Not sure.
I started looking up things, and there's a little part to the story that I'll tell another time because it just has to do with signs. If you know me, you know how I am about signs. And I asked for a sign and I asked to see a tree, and this huge tree comes up on their website. And I'm just like, okay, that might be a coincidence. You know, let's just keep going. Let's look up these ingredients. Let's see what we got here. And what we got here is just something that was so unique that I never even knew of. I never even knew about. And so it kind of had two sides to it. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. And I've never, ever,
Guys, it has two sides to it. So there's the skincare and then there's the CBD side. There, I said it.
been into skincare. I've never been into, like, a beauty side of anything. Like, as soon as I see, like, a beauty company, I'm like, oh, that's great for you. I can't even put my eyeliner on straight, right? Like, I've just never, ever, that's never been my thing. And
now they're part of a beauty and skincare company. If that's not saying the quiet part out loud, I don't know what is.
I never even have been into skincare. I think, like, maybe 2 months ago, I put something on my page about, like, who has this awesome skincare line? Like, who has something that they can offer me? Because I don't even know what I'm doing when it comes to skincare. Like, I really just don't. And so it had this whole other portion to it that I was like, wait a minute. Like, I don't even think I'm going to be interested in that part, right? So we get on the Zoom, and this was,
I wonder if she's referring to the CBD side because she's already been a part of, I can't remember if it was HempWorks or My Daily Choice. I think it's My Daily Choice. HempWorks / My Daily Choice. I don't remember. But allegedly, they tried to sue her. Don't worry. I'm going to put that link in the video description so you guys can check out the lawsuit. Just another example of, in my opinion, the grifting.
was the deciding factor, guys. We get on this Zoom with the founder, and we're sitting there with not very high expectations, to be honest. And he starts to tell us his story and the reason why he created what he did here. And I could feel his heart, not even his heart.
I mean, could you feel Van's heart when she allegedly called you as she was creating Elamir? Could you feel her heart too? Because I feel like there's some similarities in the story.
Felt like the energy was just amazing. Yeah. I mean, Brandon was smiling. I was so relaxed and peaceful. He was speaking to our hearts. He was talking about nature and being one with nature and how he was so passionate about what he does, right? And I'm just like, okay, explain this all to me, because I'm looking up this molecule and I'm like blown away. This is taking me back to my CBD days, okay, guys? Like, when you read on something and there's so much research about it and it, like, helps everything.
Why don't you tell us about those CBD days? We would love to hear it.
Everything, right? And I'm like, okay, you got to tell me more about this. And so, guys, what started this whole thing was that the founder was very ill, and if any of you guys know me, you know that I'm very, very big in gut health, right? Gut health is a huge thing for me. I had problems since I was a little girl. My family can tell you about this. My mom used to pick me up on the side of the road because I couldn't walk home. And she would come like late at night after she was done with work and scoop me up because that's how bad my stomach used to hurt. I used to miss tons of school. They were doing all kinds of research. I've had my gallbladder out. I've had my appendix out. I've had so many, I have gastritis, you know, like all kinds of issues. And so I've always been really interested in gut health. And this has been for years. Most of you guys know who have been watching us, right? And so he had specifically like he had problems with his stomach, but also his intestines. Okay. They basically, I'm going to try to stay very compliant here. Okay. He had
I mean, you're not really staying compliant if you're starting this off with a giant health claim. You're talking about the product, you're talking about what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
a lot of problems with his stomach. They wanted to do surgery, tons of prescriptions, all that, right? And that he met up with this Ayurvedic doctor, and they just kind of came up with this amazing elixir. Okay. And in this elixir, this has something, the molecule that I was looking up, okay, that is called hydroxytyrosol.
Yes.
Okay. Go look it up. Like right now, go look it up and look at all the many things it does. There's NIH studies, like the actual molecule, the actual hydroxytyrosol is FDA approved. Not our product. We're not being non-compliant here. No trouble here. We're not saying ours is, because nutritional supplements never are. Okay.
Well, and also because the studies that you're referring to were not done on your product. This is the same thing that we saw in Elamir. They were saying it has NAC and it's got curcumin and all of this stuff, and the studies for these ingredients. But the problem is that in these MLM companies, they typically use a proprietary blend where those ingredients are listed, but you don't know how much of it you're getting. And when you look at what the studies show as far as the dosage, when it was used, and all of the different parameters of the study, there's specifics around it. But when they try to list these studies that were done on the ingredients with very specific parameters listed within that study, and they're using it as a way to say, see, this is what we have here, and then it's hidden behind a proprietary blend where it's not listed how much of those ingredients. You can't use a study that has all of the specifics listed as a way to say, but see, we have the same things, so you're going to get the same results or whatever as what's listed in the study. It doesn't work that way, because the proprietary blend typically, in my opinion, has a very small amount of whatever the ingredient is that they're looking at versus the study. If you look at some of them, the dosage, I think with the I can't remember if it was NAC or curcumin. You guys let me know in the comments if you guys remember this. It was like 5,000 or 500 IU or something like that. And then it's like, but we don't know in Elamir how much of that ingredient is listed. So I love when they try to say, listen, this molecule is amazing. This ingredient is amazing for gut health and for all of this stuff. And then it's like, but and our product has that. Well, how much does it have? Because this study has X number of micrograms or whatever. How much is in it? Oh, it's a proprietary blend. We can't tell you that. But it's going to be beneficial. Oh, okay.
Okay. But this certain ingredient, I just started diving into. Okay. And guys, the things that it helps with, not just gut wise, but for him, it was gut wise. Within 6 months, his whole entire life changed. In 6 months, with taking this elixir, his entire life changed.
Elixir. It's giving Bella Grace. I hope they can spell elixir correctly, unlike some of the Bella Grace people we've seen.
Okay. And so I was so moved by this, and they were just showing us all of the information that you know, all the stuff that happened, you know, his like befores and afters, and because conventional medicine, like actually, they went through and proved that in you know, a 2-week time frame, that it actually can change a lot of the factors. Like, I'm going to try to stay compliant here. Anyways, so ding, 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 my head's going like crazy because they're talking about gut. They're talking about cardiovascular issues. Like, obviously, I'm trying to stay compliant. That's something that Brandon has, right?
That's a health claim. Everything that you're saying here is a health claim, because anybody that's followed you for any period of time is familiar with what Brandon has, the issue that he has that you don't want to mention, but you've probably mentioned in other lives that they've watched. And so that's still a health claim. Don't worry though. I already sent this to the FTC. So
talking about how you know, it improves so many things, but it is the most powerful antioxidant, guys. It even synthesizes glutathione in your body. Okay, which was another little cool fact. But
isn't that what the Elamir strips were supposed to do?
But this antioxidant is so powerful. It's a polyphenol, and the elixir is actually not an oil. So what they do is, he owns a big, I don't even know how many trees. If somebody's on here and knows how many trees that we're talking about here, he owns a whole grove of olive trees. Okay. And those are his babies. Those trees are his babies. But what they do is they take the olive leaf and they press the olive leaf, right? They separate the oil from the juice, and that juice is filled with that antioxidant. Okay, so you're thinking anti-aging, may help you with your immune functions, right? All kinds of stuff. But the one thing that I wasn't expecting was, after I was on it for a little while, I think we've been on it for a few weeks now, but after we were on it for a little while, I had to start asking people, I'm like, is there some reason why you would just feel like happy? Like, you know, why you would just feel this kind of like clean energy feel. I can't even explain it to you guys. I feel lighter.
I can't. That's called a placebo effect, because you're excited about something new and you're hoping that it's going to be this magic elixir, as you referred to it. That's the placebo effect, in my opinion.
Does that?
Yeah, I know, because it was even like, there was a time like I stayed down here for a couple hours, and she went upstairs, and she's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna turn the TV on." I was like, "Okay." So I was down here messing around, and then I come up, and she's like, "Oh, you left me downstairs joking around, whatever." And I'm just like, you know, you got this like big smile on your face, like you just seem like, I'm like, what is going on with you? You just, you know. She's like, I don't know, I just feel good, and I'm like, I can tell.
And
did you guys know that pretty much in every company that they've been a part of, pretty much every single one of them, which we're going to talk about how many they've been a part of, that there's been a theme of, I feel better and this is great. Like, this is a theme. They say it with almost every company.
I mean, I even think that you kind of felt that kind of too. Yeah. Like, maybe not as on a grand scale as me, because maybe I'm just a little more cranky than him. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. Sometimes I can be a little more cranky than him. Although sometimes you can be really cranky too.
Once in a blue moon.
Don't you guys just love when MLMers give you a bunch of information that has nothing to do with it? I feel like, and I talk about this a lot, I think body language is fascinating. And I know that it's a very kind of hit or miss, whatever. But I've watched the behavior panel, and one of the things that they talk about, and take this with a grain of salt, I just find it interesting. They call it chaff and redirect. So basically, like, they're throwing out a bunch of information, hoping that we'll not question what was just said because of the extra information that they're sharing. Essentially, I feel like all of that information was a chaff and redirect.
But I did catch more of those times where I felt like I had this smile on my face. I just felt clear. I felt like I can get my words out better. If any of you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been struggling with brain fog. And that
Is it just me, or did they say the Elamir strips would help with that? Are you guys remembering that too? Interesting.
that's gotten better. I've been able to communicate better, get my words out better, my sentences out better, kind of thing. But not only that, guys, so that is the basis of everything in this company, is surrounded by that elixir that has that powerful antioxidant, that hydroxytyrosol. I think there's like a light beam. There's a light beam that came in
through our back window.
It's a sign.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's kind of cool. But anyway, so this is the elixir, okay? And it's in dropper form, okay? So pressed juice, right? It's not the oil. And then this is the basis of everything that they have. So guys, just gonna tell you, okay? We've got collagen.
Oh, shocker.
And the collagen, guys, so you know how good collagen is for your for your belly too. Is somebody here?
No, somebody's walking the dog.
Okay. You know how good that collagen can be for your belly too, right? But imagine that with the hydroxytyrosol as well, with the elixir as well, okay? It's got camu, which, as you guys know, if you know about camu, very, very high in vitamin C. That is vitamin C. It also has pomegranate, zinc, and then what else? I feel like I'm missing something because it's just so good. Okay. It's liquid. You take it in a little shot, okay? Same thing as the other liquid collagens, but the difference here is going to be that they include that molecule, guys. So this is collagen peptides. You're going to get it into your system a lot quicker because it's in a liquid form. And if you're vegan, guys, we've got another one that you can take if you are vegan, okay? Because you know, most of the time, well, all the time, collagen is not vegan, okay? It comes from some source, whether it's, you know, chicken, bovine, you know, it's sourced from animals, okay? So this is actually called our beauty molecule. And this one has hyaluron in it. So it's called hyaluron, has hyaluronic acid, but it also has the camu, it has zinc, it has biotin. What else does it have? I can't even read. Curcumin.
Now I know Elamir strips had that.
It's got lavender and the elixir, the hydroxytyrosol, okay?
That bottle is $90, and it is a 500 milliliter or 16.9 fluid ounce bottle. So if you're taking a shot of that every day, how long is that 16 ounces, almost 17 ounces, going to last you? It's $90. The ingredients that she's talking about, you can probably find at your local health food store, I would imagine.
So this company has so many products, guys. I could be here all day talking about all the products. So I'm only going to talk about a few. But guys, it gives you literally the glow from inside out. I don't know if you can see my skin right now. Just so you know, this glow is because I've been using their skincare that literally doesn't use. So their first ingredient, if you go and pick up all of your beauty products, right, all of your skincare, you're going to see that the first ingredient, either the first or second ingredient, is always going to be water. It's because most of the beauty products on the market, most of the skincare is water. It's like 70% water. But then you got to remember, when that happens, you have to add preservatives, right? Because the water can go bad, right? Water can get moldy. Water can do all these things, right? So now you have dead water in your skincare, which, by the way, this is bioactive, right? Active ingredients. So when you put...
Guys, I cannot. Oh, can you please cite your sources where there's studies done on this? Oh, God. The fear mongering. I can't. I cannot.
This in your skincare as the number one product that's in your skincare, the number one ingredient. You now don't have the water that's going to dry out your skin, the preservatives, any of that. You actually have the hydroxytyrosol, and go look at what it does for your skin. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, it's literally been amazing for me because I have very dry skin. So this has completely changed the way that I even look at skincare. Because like I said, I originally didn't even care about it at all. I'm just going to be honest with you. Okay.
I originally didn't care about it, but I learned that there's, 300 or less distributors in the United States. And I realized that I have an opportunity to make money because nobody's heard of this company and there's not a lot of distributors. And so all of a sudden, I'm going to care about skincare.
Now, a couple things. We have things like mouth pulling oils. I don't know if you ever heard of mouth pulling oils, guys, but
Yes. Coconut oil? Unless you're allergic to coconut, I'm sure there's other alternatives, but oh my God. I got to see how much this is. Let's look this up. Mouth oil cures. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a health claim to me with the word cures in it. Yikes. Moroccan mint mouth oil cure. The FTC is not going to like this. $36.95 for a 6.8 fluid ounce bottle. So they're almost $37. The balancing lavender mouth oil cure, I guarantee you they are going to change the names of this product very quickly once the FTC sees this. Oh my God, 6.8 ounces, almost $37, $36.95. Pretty sure you can get a jar from Sam's or Costco, a big old jar of coconut oil. Oh my God.
I never knew how important it was for you to use something like this. As you know, your gums are connected to your heart. Also, a lot of people that have gum disease problems, you know that usually they have a lot of health issues. And this is a natural way to whiten your teeth. It's also
Coconut oil does the same thing.
just like you have a microbiome, and I know a lot of you have heard that fancy word, right, for your gut. Your microbiome is everywhere. It's on your skin. It's in your mouth. Okay. Your digestion starts in your mouth. So everything that
Wait. Wait. Do you guys remember when these two were saying that the Elamere strips would bypass digestion? And then here she is saying digestion starts with your mouth. Where's Ashton? Where is he?
you have in your mouth and you swallow, it goes into your gut and makes the gut unhealthy, right? So we've got mouth pulling oils. We have different matcha teas with the hydroxytyrosol in it that do different things. There's one for brain health. There's one that's called Sunrise for energy. I mean, guys, anything that you can imagine we have. But I do want to talk about a couple of the skincare things because you guys would be completely blown away. Okay. So they have a couple ingredients in their skincare as well that I love. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of, and I'm hoping I'm not butchering this because again, I don't really talk about skincare that much, but Buckachol, it's the green, shush, stop laughing at me. It's not retinol, it's the healthier version of retinol. Okay, so we have that in some of our products. We have this ingredient that's called pancreas, and that ingredient is literally called the daily, you know that little injection that you can get sometimes in your
Botox? Why can't you say Botox? Oh, because it's probably not compliant. Got it.
face, right? It's actually known as the daily fats so that it brightens, tightens. I mean, honestly, I just even feel like I'm plumper. And
I know when I go to bed, Shannon has a face routine for me. I lay in bed, she comes over and she's like, "Here, I gotta do this for you." Like, okay,
you're not supposed to tell people I do that. I'm gonna look like a wuss.
I'm like, come on, all right, no, I want it. I'm trying to stay young forever. No, so like, she comes and she puts all this stuff on, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing? She goes, don't worry about it, just do it. And then she comes, puts some more. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? She's like, don't worry about it. But then on my own, I get up, I sit at her vanity in the morning, and I put on the eye cream, and then there's a face cream. You didn't bring the face cream down. But
Guys, we're going to put masks on Brandon.
I don't care. Yeah, we're going to do masks too.
We're going to put masks on
Brandon.
Brandon.
But I'm going to do it.
You can actually eat this mask, because it's made with the olive leaf and it's made with honey. And you can literally, I never did eat it, but maybe you want to taste it first, babe? You be the guinea pig?
Thanks.
Yeah. Look, just try it.
It doesn't taste bad.
But you can literally eat it. That's how clean this is. Like,
okay, first of all, did she even put any on his lip? That's ridiculous. Second, wait, hold on.
Literally. And again, the first ingredient is not.
So she's going to talk about bacteria in the mouth, which is a natural defense mechanism for our bodies. Everybody has it. And she's going to dip her finger in the product. Then she's going to put it on his mouth that she just talked about the bacteria because of the benefits of oil pulling. And then she's going to put it back in the bottle. And she's worried about water being contaminated. You just contaminated from his microflora from his mouth into the container. That whole thing is now contaminated, girl. Stop.
Water, it's the actual olive leaf. And like, who wants to see this on Brandon's face? That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna put it on Brandon's face. One day we're going to have a live where we put this stuff on Brandon's face. How fun would that be? I just, like, we got to bring the fun back, right? I can't wait to start doing some TikToks and reels with this stuff, because I think it's gonna be funny. But anyways, guys, so this is what I'm up to. As far as the business goes, guys, it's just, they already have their first incentive trip all scheduled out. The marketing is insane, like insane beautiful, because this company, I didn't even tell you guys this part.
I was about to say.
I start going into the product. They were telling me to eat it, so I had to. Guys, I mean, I don't really recommend it, but okay. Let me show you some of the
That was so convincing. I am sold.
branding. First of all, oh my God, this is the box that it came in. And I want to show you this, guys. This, yes, I kept my tissue paper. Let me explain why. Yeah, I don't want to eat it again. It's just not yummy or anything. It's just, I don't know. So this is the tissue paper that it came in, and I'm not even kidding you guys. It has his entire story on it and his treehouse. Like, it's beautiful. It's wrapped in this beautiful tissue paper.
Remember how at the beginning she's like, who's tired of the hype? But here she is hyping up tissue paper that the products were wrapped in a cardboard box. Why do MLMers overhype the smallest things? I have definitely seen better packaging from beauty brands.
You open up this beautiful presentation of a box. Like, it's just all bound to nature, guys. It is amazing. Okay, now look at this. It comes with a little brochure that talks about all of the products. And yes, guys, I'm not hiding names from you. This is called the olive tree, people. I'm not playing that little game. We're not doing the whole like, oh my God, I won't tell you until you message me. Okay, it's called the olive tree, people. Again, I asked for a tree, I got a tree, right? And it has actually another line that is called LA Dope. So yes, we do have CBD items. Okay, so we have the same type of items that we have non-CBD. We actually have it with CBD as well. That's facial and ingestibles we have. So really, really cool. And the marketing is beautiful. They have their very first incentive trip already planned. They've got their stuff together. I mean, you don't have to come in here and try to make your own graphics, try to make your own story graphics, all of that stuff, because they have all of this beautiful, beautiful marketing already. The company is not new. Okay. The company has been around for about 18-ish years in Europe. And guys, what made me say absolutely doing this is because numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, right? And I say this all the time to everybody. Numbers don't lie, even though I'm not a numbers person. Brandon's the numbers person, but numbers do not lie. And
I think that's one of my favorite things that MLMers say. Numbers don't lie. But you guys don't acknowledge the statistics and data, aka numbers, from the Federal Trade Commission. But you guys typically poo-poo, if you will, the income disclosure statements from your very own companies. So I feel like what they really need to say is numbers don't lie, but only specific numbers, only numbers that support our narrative. Oh.
This company has been very, very successful in Europe. They have an 84% reorder rate. So people love these products. People love these products, guys. They have 78 million customers in Europe. Okay. It's been in tons of different kinds of magazines. I think there's been celebrities like Madonna.
Which magazines have they been in? And was this have they always been an MLM model, or was this a retail model that maybe they were selling in spas? I'm just kind of curious. I have a lot of questions.
Anna, Charlize Theron, like all these celebrities that.
Remember when some of the Monet Huns were saying that Beyonce uses the products? Remember, we saw all of that on social media. This is giving that same energy.
I've actually used the product and has been in the magazines, featured in the magazines, and they weren't paid to do it. Okay. So these products are amazing products, right? And their reorder rate shows that. And guess what? So we have the luxury of being new to a direct sales model, being new to network marketing in the US. So they're just, I'm talking about 0.5 seconds new, right? They only have less than 300 people in right now. But they're not
closer to 2.
Maybe. I don't know. Like between 2 and 300 people are in yet.
Remember at the beginning of this, how she said, I didn't really care about skincare. Now all of a sudden I care about skincare. Well, here you go. This is why, in my opinion. There's less than 300. They can't decide which number it is, but numbers matter, you know? They have less than 300 people in the company in the US. So they know, in my opinion, that it's an opportunity for them to make a lot of money. They'll probably stay in it for like 18 months or so, and then they'll go on to the next thing, which is what we've seen. We'll talk about that shortly.
So we have the luxury of having all the beautiful marketing, knowing that the company is not going anywhere. It's a very successful company in Europe. Knowing that, like, his reasoning for bringing this to direct sales was because he wanted more people to.
Did you hear that? It wasn't a direct sales or a multi-level marketing company to start with. Let's hear what. Let's hear what she has to say about it.
Hear his story. That's it. He wanted more people to hear his story and know what this product can do for you, instead of just going into a beautiful store and buying it off the shelf, right? And not knowing why.
Well, so what we do know about companies that start off as a retail model and then roll out an MLM side of their company or make it full on an MLM company is they're getting people that are not going to be making a whole lot of money that are advertising for the company for free. So when she says he wants people, the owner or founder or whatever of the company, he wanted people to know more about the brand. Well, yeah, because you're hiring independent contractors that are advertising, in my opinion, for free. And why am I saying for free? Because statistically, 99.7% of people in multi-level marketing don't make any money or lose money. So here they're probably going to have some sort of hashtag. They're going to blow up, this hashtag. And the majority of those people using it that are a part of this company that join under these two are not going to make anything. Meanwhile, they're going to be at the top, just like they were in Elamir. Almost everybody, allegedly, in Elamir was under these guys. So why did they leave? Oh, because it's dwindling down. Elamir's been real quiet. So now they got to find a new grift, in my opinion.
So, anyways, guys, I'm talking way too much. It's got way too long. Okay. But that's the norm whenever we get on here. So if you are interested in trying the products, message me. If you are interested in the business, message me. You're not going to get any BS from me. We're not talking hypey stuff. I'm not going to offer anybody any kind of like, oh my God, you're going to be put above this person, whatever. But what I am going to offer you is a place to have fun, a place that you will feel at peace, something new, brand spanking new that we can all grow together. And it comes.
Didn't she say the same things about Elamir? I feel like she did.
Plan that is set up completely for A, longevity, okay, and B, for the person who just wants to come in and share the product.
Yep.
If you try it on and you're like, oh my gosh, look, I'm glowing, and you start wanting to share it with your friends, your girlfriends, whatever, boyfriends, whatever, okay, that you can do that and make a good substantial paycheck, okay? Because those are the kind of companies that stay around long term, not the ones that are like, hypey, get you in, oh my God, I put you above this person, and guys, let's be honest, you know that. If anybody's watching this that's a leader right now, you guys know the deal. You know how it goes. So if you are interested in any of the above, please just message me. I will hook you up. I've got all the info put together for you guys. I can't even believe I'm saying that because I'm not organized. Usually I'm not.
Well, of course you have everything put together. You want to make some money. So all the people that have followed you through all of the companies on social media that were a part of your Elamir team, people that have followed you from that time period, which was only last year. Of course, they're gonna you're marketing to all of the people that were a part of your previous teams from previous companies.
Very organized person, but I had for some reason I was so excited about this that I put all this information together. So if you guys want any more information, let me know. And guys, let's do this thing. I mean, for me, if you're at that place where you just feel so burnt out and you feel like every company that you have tried to run with, it just left you feeling like drained. Okay. That's the word, drained. Okay. Then you owe it to yourself to at least take a look at this, because if you want long-term success, this is the kind of comp plan and the kind of company that you can have that with from the very, very, very beginnings, guys, because we're just getting started. So, all right, guys.
I feel like we heard all of those same things when she joined Elamir. In fact, let's look at the timeline. So we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna put the pictures up here for you guys to see as well. So this is a timeline put together from a source of mine. Shout out to you, appreciate you. And there's a recurring theme. Every product makes her feel and look amazing. There's previous company drama, and then there's some sort of turmoil. That could be like a lawsuit, which we'll talk about here in a second. But this is the first picture. And she was a part of LuLaRoe, and this is sometime before 2021. And this says, and it's dated September 11th, 2021. Yes, I have seen the LuLaRoe documentary. I have gotten so many messages about this, but guys, I told ya they were corrupt. I still laugh thinking of all the people that blocked me because I left a corrupt company. I mean, LuLaRoe is corrupt, but it's not just LuLaRoe, in my opinion. It's multi-level marketing companies in general. That's just my opinion. Seems like that happens a lot. Yeah, it really does. No matter the MLM company. Okay. Guess I'm too real and vocal for some people's liking, but I'm usually right. So, yeah. And so let's see. This was from 2020 and My Daily Choice slash Hempworks. And this is an estimate. She left sometime in 2020 and she was actually sued. And I'm going to include the link in the video description so that you, and I already talked about this earlier, but so that you can see the lawsuit if that's something that you're interested in. And this is when she was a part of My Daily Choice and slash Hempworks. Okay, so then she was also a part of Trenant. And the reason I know that is because we have this video.
Luckily, they also have a spray. And how beautiful. How beautiful is this, right? And the spray is a cinnamon mint and it tastes really good. And you just spray it right in your.
So again, we have the overhyping of package. Incredible. It tastes fantastic. It's the same kind of language. And that was from, she was in Trenant somewhere in 2020 to 2021. That clip was from December of 2021, where she's talking about the Trenant products. Yeah. Okay. So then that brings us to 2022. And they announced about Elamir on July 3rd, 2022. And she mentions the drama in the last 1.5 years. Maybe she's talking about Trenant. Maybe she's talking about something else. March 18th, 2023, she announces her resignation. And they've been super quiet about Elamir all year, all 2023. Activity in the company has dwindled. The chats are quiet. The groups are quiet. The only thing that we're really seeing is, in my opinion, Van trying to keep the company going because she's doing a lot of lives and stuff like that. Okay, so this is her post from March 18th, 2023, and she says, so I don't want to make this one of those traditional MLM posts, but I have a lot of people in my inbox. So yes, I have resigned with Elamir. It was a very tough decision, as you must know, but ultimately, we all must make tough choices, and it was one that we had to make. We have learned so much in this journey and are blessed and grateful to have been offered such an amazing opportunity. Put away your popcorn. I wish I was eating popcorn right now. That would be pretty funny. Anyways, put away your popcorn. There isn't going to be some long, drawn out, dramatic story here. I deeply love a lot of those people. I put my all into it for more time than you can imagine, and I honestly wish them nothing but the best. So with that, it's time for us to move forward in peace. Love you all. And then she signed their names. So there is a very clear pattern of, in my opinion, grifting. And what I mean by grifting, I mean getting in, recruiting a whole bunch of people, probably a lot from the previous company, because she's got the shiny new thing. They move up the ranks and then they find a new thing when the money starts to dwindle. That's just my opinion. But I feel like that timeline is really important to talk about because it's a pattern. We see this a lot. We see companies that are people that are in multi-level marketing companies that are like, this is the greatest thing ever. There's no other products like this on the market. This is incredible. The opportunity is amazing. By the way, what's interesting about this company that they're a part of is that they don't readily have their comp plan available for anybody to look at. And so I actually reached out to the company asking if I could see their comp plan with no response back. So that to me seems a little bit sketchy because a lot of these multi-level marketing companies have that available for everybody to look at, whether it's on the website. If they've been in business for 18 years, I don't know how many of those 18 years they were a multi-level marketing model, but they should have an income disclosure statement. I haven't been able to find anything like that. Neither has my source. So I find it interesting. I find it sketchy. Feels a little bit like a grift. But what I'm learning about these two is you kind of got to expect that, right? I mean, at the beginning of this, she was talking about skincare and how, I don't know, I can't even keep my eyeliner on or whatever. And then here she is talking about it, this opportunity, you guys. There's less than 300 distributors in the company, and you can do this. We can build this together. This is about longevity. And it's all stuff we've heard from previous companies that they have said. So, anyways, yikes. Guys, don't join an MLM. Don't join an MLM. The lack of information that is out there on this company, I'm going to personally ask, if you are a creator, we need to cover this. This company needs to be covered. It needs to be talked about because it is so new to the US. And I think that it's important that we also get the information out, whether that's the comp plan, if they have an income disclosure statement, and all of that stuff. We need to get that information out for people so that when they are pitched by these two or people that have joined their team already, they also have some information that they can see the other side of things. So if you love today's video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed. You guys are amazing. And turn the bell notification on in case you want to be notified anytime I go live, post a video, those types of things. Thank you guys for being here, especially those that watch all the way through, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.